ஷாலினிமா கேக்குதா? ஷாலினிமா
சொல்லுங்க.
அந்த மலேசியா அந்த ஷிப் பத்தி பேசுவாரு, அது வேண்டாம். அது மட்டும் அது ப்ரொஜெக்ட் பண்ணணும். அடுத்த இதுக்கு போயிருங்க.
சரி.
Sorry for the technical glitch. So now we'll be moving on to the next revelation where we stopped just now. Where next revelation where the Parashakti has revealed. So we can playing the video.
So the next revelation of Devi Parashakti on Jivan Mukti is Devi has revealed on 11 June 2021. So we'll be now seeing the Devi Parashakti revelation, the clippings of the revelation. Also will be projecting the rough English translation.
And also after that we'll be sharing the insights from the Parashakti.
To the purpose of birth. Very nature expands. Expansion is the intrinsic nature of existence. Anything expands only survives. Anything does not expand gets absorbed into something which expands. Life is for the purpose of expansion. Based on your individual's integrity to your consciousness, you occupy different time zones, different mandalas. The more you are integrated to your consciousness, the more you manifest bliss, powers, energy, Shakti. The higher the vertical time zone you start residing in. This planet Earth is the place for all the beings to land and achieve the ultimate enlightenment. You are all here to manifest the highest consciousness, enlightenment. Sutta Jivan Mukta Sugabodha Jnanam Gandidave. Manushya Janmam Tangi. Buvulagam Bandir. Mandalangal 14 Mahesan Padamadaindu Mukti Gandida Ibbumiye Vali Iduve Gadi Bhumikku vanda punniya jeevangal attunai perum நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். சுகமோ நீங்கள் நினைக்கின்ற ஆனந்தமோ கூட வாழ்வின் குறிக்கோள் அல்ல. உயர்ந்த ஜீவன் முக்த ஞானமும் ஜீவன் முக்தியை வாழ்தலும் ஜீவன் முக்த தன்மையினால் பொங்கும் சக்தியும் ஆனந்தமுமே வாழ்வின் நோக்கம். பரமசிவ பதத்து இருப்பும் பரமசிவ பதத்தை வெளிப்படுத்தலும் பரமசிவ பதத்தில் நிறைந்திருத்தலுமே வாழ்வின் நோக்கம். ஓம் ஓம்.
We'll be projecting the translation in English. So while waiting for the translation, it's a rough translation. O all human beings, listen to the purpose of birth. Every being, by its very nature, expansion is the intrinsic nature of existence. Anything expands only survives. Anything does not expand get absorbed into something which expands. Life is for the purpose of expansion. Based on your individual integrity to your consciousness, you occupy different time zones, different mandalas. The more you are integrated to your consciousness, the more you manifest bliss, powers, energy, Shakti. The higher the vertical time zone you start residing in. This planet Earth is the place for all the beings to land and achieve the ultimate enlightenment. You are all here to manifest the highest consciousness, enlightenment. You came to earth taking the form of human birth, only to see Shuddha Jiva Mukta Sukha Bhoga Jnana. In all 60 mandalas, this earth is the only way to attain liberation at Paramashiva's feet. This is the way all the Punya Jivas, every one of you, understand clearly. Happiness or bliss, you think, is not the purpose of life. Highest knowledge of Jivan Mukti, living Jivan Mukti, and the power and bliss manifested through Jivan Mukti is the purpose of life. Being in Paramashiva Padam, manifesting Paramashiva Padam, filled in Paramashiva Padam is the purpose of life. So we have just beautifully, we have seen how Devi Parashakti has beautifully revealed the cosmic truth on the purpose of life and Jivan Mukti with all of us. So now, before we moving on sharing the insights from the revelation that we just watched, we would like to present to all of you one small video clippings in which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself has revealed on what is Jivan Mukti with all of you. Let us watch the video and continue the sharing of the insights of Parashakti Akashic.
Jivan Mukti. Living enlightenment is establishing your confidence and declaring your conscious integrity and manifesting your conscious intention, Satya Sankalpa, on cosmic principles. I'll repeat. Living enlightenment, Jivan Mukti, is establishing your confidence, declaring your conscious integrity, manifesting your conscious will, Satya Sankalpa, on the cosmic principles. I wanted to bring this one truth to all your attention. In Hindu tradition, knowledge is sacred. We never try to suppress, oppress, dampen the authority of the knowledge using the concept of sacred. The concept of sacred is used only to strengthen your intensity of seeking, your intention to gain more and more knowledge. Atato Brahma Jignasat. Let us inquire into the ultimate reality existence. Knowledge is sacred. Vidya is divya. We never used the principle called sacred to suppress, oppress exploration of knowledge. That is the beauty of the Vedic tradition. That is why we are so open for upgrading, amending, evolving ourselves. It's a living civilization. It was, it is, it will be. Sa vidya ya vimuktaye. That is why Vidya is given the form of woman in Hindu tradition, because the woman of the house, her decisions, her will persistence makes the whole family flow in the direction of enlightenment.
Yes. So we have just watched beautiful revelation by Supreme Body of Hinduism on what is Jivan. So I would like to add one story who wrote the Ramayana. So one day, Lord Narada, this Devarishi, he was walking in the forest, and there was a thief who wanted to rob him. And as Narada was chanting the name of Narayana, and he was walking in the forest, and this thief stops him, and he asked to give whatever you have, and he's trying to rob him. And Narada asked him, so why are you doing all this? For whom you are doing all this? And the thief said, yes, to give a good life for my wife, parents, and my children. So I'm doing all this, and I'll do anything for them. So that's why I'm robbing. And Narada says that other than Narayana, other than the ultimate divine, so other than surrendering to them, there is no other thing is ultimate. Nothing is permanent. And for me, they will even give life for me. So what happened? And after that, Narada tells him, "Oh, is it so? So then go ask your mother, or your parents, or your wife, or your children's. Let's see what they are telling." And with so much of confidence, this robber goes and asks his parents. He says, "Oh, parents, will you give your life for me?" And the parents says, "Why should I die? Why should I die for you? As I need, we want to live quite long time to see enjoy their grandchildren." And immediately he was broken, and then he goes to his wife, and he asked, "Oh, will you die? Will you give your body? Will you sacrifice yourself?" And she said, "Why should I sacrifice myself? As I have a lot of more time, to enjoy my life." Then after that, Narada goes and asked to the children's. Sorry, the robber go and asked the children's, and the children says that, "Oh, Dad, we are just young. We still there is a lot more for us to enjoy." And finally, this robber was completely broken. That he never thought that for whom he was robbing and literally killing everybody for snatching from people, or he did all that for his family, but those people are not doing anything for him, and it's not permanent. And he goes to Narada and says, "Yes, you are right. They are not permanent." And Narada says, surrendering, as Devi revealed in today's reading in Jivan Mukti, that Paramashivoham means surrendering, and being as Paramashiva's feet is the ultimate. And this robber understood that is the ultimate. He just renounces everything, and he did the other of everything and move on to the life of the doing the service to the divine. He became the devotee of Narayan, and at last he became the Valmiki, the great saint Valmiki, where he is the one who wrote the one of our great epic Ramayana. And so we can see now that as Devi revealed that nothing else is ultimate, nothing is going to lead us to anything. Until then, we understand that Jivan Mukti, surrendering and being Paramashivoham and filling with Paramashivoham is the ultimate. So that is the only way for us to achieve the ultimate. Nothing else is going to be permanent. Whatever we think as bliss in our life is not going to give this. Only this is going to serve and give us a real what it is.
So now, before we conclude today's session, we would like to share with you on some of the details on the Kailasa's Prevention and Protective COVID-19 Center. This is mainly on the Adi Kailash, which in few of the revelation that we have projected, we have shared with all of you from the beginning today. Devi has revealed about running to Adi Kailash for the and also that's where Devi has revealed on multi-level quarantine center. So now we'll be projecting a few information on the Kailasa's protective and prevention quarantine center, which is Adi Kailash. So moving on to the next slide.
Next slide. So we can see now the readiness which is going on in Adi Kailash to receive people who are going to come to save their life in Adi Kailash, to come to that protective prevention center. So we can see the photos, few photos of the preparation which is going on.
So we'll quickly move on to the next photos. So here's the sign up link. And also the link is being projected in the screen, where you can sign up to be part of this amazing opportunity and prevention and protection which Paramashiva provides to all of us. So with this, we'd like to conclude the session for today with Buddha Mantra.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Dasat Sarvam Bhagavantam Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padagarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background.
Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya-dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, I offer my humble obeisance, my humble pranams to the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. I offer and I welcome each one of us to this a very most awaiting show. So here in this show, we are about to learn about what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan and what are all the scientific reasons behind this Bhava Samadhi Darshan, and the few glimpses where Devi Parashakti directly coming to each one of us and manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and revealing the secrets about the whole happening, how the pandemic is going to be, and what are all the ways the human beings can survive themselves, and many more auspicious blessings and boons showering upon all of us. So now let us enter into the understanding about what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations. The divine cosmic beings manifest through Archavatara, deities in temples, and through Bhava Samadhi Darshans in Nijavatara, through incarnations. So what are all the benefits people do get by the Bhava Samadhi Darshan? Bhava Samadhi awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. Awakening of the Kundalini Shakti results in extraordinary abilities expressing through us, like third eye awakening, ability to have the remote vision, ability to scan anyone's body, levitation, teleportation, materialization, and so on. So what are all the bhava samadhi when the Kundalini Shakti awakens? What is that we see? The whole brain becomes alive and active. This influxes of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improve immunity to disease. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heals, empowers, and transform our lives. So what are all the benefits of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan? Having darshan or even a glimpse brings the lasting transformation in us, cleansing lifetimes of karmas and raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough. Like hitting the reset button on your being. So during the Bhava Samadhi Darshans, what happens is our neurons mirror that of avatar. Mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements of information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, our entire body silently and without movement recreates what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. So what happens when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism radiating Devi Parashakti and reading the Akashic readings? So what is Akashic readings? Readings from the cosmic archives. Akashic readings is not a prediction. It is a reading from the cosmic archives itself. There is no such thing as past, present, and future beyond the space creation and destruction happens simultaneously. In the dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. But in Akashic records, there is nothing called the past, present, and future. That is why what you call as happened, happening, and yet to happen are clearly already regarded. So we have few glimpses where Devi Parashakti directly radiating through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So at this point of time, let us watch a few glimpses about Devi Parashakti herself revealing about the Akashic readings.
Om 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 Om.
Dheera Swami. Dheera Swami.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். ஓம் 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 ஓம். ஓங்காரத்துயர் வெளிப்பாடாம் பாங்காக மலர்ந்திட்ட வேதமொடு ஆகமம் பழுத்த உயர் ஞானத்தொடு சத்தியம் சுகபோகம் தர்மம் அர்த்தம் காமம் மோக்ஷம் ஞானம் வைராக்கியம் என மங்களமாய் உலகிற்கு எல்லா நலனும் அளித்து ஸ்தாவர ஜங்கமம் எல்லாம் ஆனந்தமாய் வாழ்ந்திட பரமேஸ்வரி மீனாட்சி நித்யானந்தன் உருக்கொண்டு நிஜாவதாரமாய் மலர்ந்திருக்கின்றேன். சத்தியம் சொல்லுகின்றேன், சங்கரியின் வார்த்தைகள் இவை. மீனாட்சி பராசக்தி என் ஞானாட்சி உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் நன்மை செய்யும். அருளாட்சியும் நல்லரசாட்சியும் பொருளாட்சியும் ஞானாட்சியும் செய்ய நித்யானந்தன் வடிவம் கொண்டு நிஜாவதாரமாய் மலர்ந்தேன். ஓம் 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 ஓம். மனிதர்களே கேளுங்கள். பூவுலகில் எல்லோர்க்கும் உயர்ந்த நல் ஞான வாழ்க்கை தந்திட திருக்கையிலாயத்தை மீண்டும் புனரமைத்திட உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் திருக்கையிலாயம் உபயோகமாகி உங்கள் எல்லோர் நல்வாழ்க்கையிலும் மலர்ந்திட நாமே இங்கு நிஜாவதாரமாய் நித்யானந்தன் வடிவு கொண்டு வந்திருக்கின்றோம். கலி முற்றி பிரளயம் துவங்கியிருக்கின்றது. இந்த பிரளயத்தில் அழியாமல் உங்களை காத்துக்கொள்ள நினைக்கின்றோர் எல்லோரும் கேட்டுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். அன்பே சிவம் எனும் சத்தியத்தை உள்வாங்கி உங்களுக்கும் உங்களை சுற்றியிருப்போர் எல்லோருக்கும் அன்பை உறுதியாகக் கொடுங்கள். அன்பினால் பலமாக்கப்பட்ட இதயங்கள் மட்டுமே நிற்காது இயங்கும் இந்த பிரபஞ்ச பிரளயத்தில் கொரோனா எனும் கொடுநோய் மட்டுமல்லாது காற்றே விஷமாகிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றது, நீரே விஷமாகிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. எல்லாம் விஷமயமாய் ஆகிக் கொண்டிருக்கும் வேளையில் உயிர் காத்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமானால் ஒரே ஒரு உபாயமே உண்டு. உங்கள் மீதும் உங்களை சுற்றியிருப்போர் மீதும் பேரன்பை பொழியுங்கள். அன்பினால் பலமாக்கப்பட்ட இதயங்கள் மட்டுமே இந்த ஆழி பிரபஞ்சத்து பெரும் ஊழியிலிருந்து விடுபட்டு பிரளயத்திலிருந்து தங்களை காத்துக்கொள்ளும் சக்தி உடையது. கைலாயத்து இருப்போர் எல்லோருக்கும் இது என் கட்டளை. கைலாயவாசிகளுக்கும் கைலாயத்து இருப்போர்க்கும் கைலாயத்தை நிர்வகிப்போர்க்கும் இது என் கட்டளை, மீனாட்சியின் அரச கட்டளை. உங்களுக்கும் உங்களை சுற்றி இருப்பவர்களுக்கும் உயிரெல்லாம் மலரும் அன்பை அழியுங்கள். அன்பினால் பலமாக்கப்பட்ட இதயங்கள் மட்டும்தான் இந்த ஊழி பெருந்துயரிலிருந்து விடுபட்டு மரணம் இலா பெருநிலை அடையும். அன்பே தவம், அன்பே விரதம், அன்பே அணுகுமுறை, அன்பே நேர்மை, அன்பே தர்மம். அடுத்தவருக்குள் உருவாக்கும் பயம் உங்களையே பாதிக்கும். பயத்தினால் நடக்காது. கைலாய நிர்வாகம் பயத்தினால் வளராது. உங்கள் ஆன்மசக்தி பயத்தால் பொங்காது. குண்டலினி நல் அன்பும் அரவணைப்பும் ஆதரவும் உங்களுக்கு நீங்களே அளித்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். சுற்றியிருக்கும் எல்லோருக்கும் அளியுங்கள். நடக்கின்ற பெரும் பிரளயத்தில் அன்பினால் மட்டுமே நன்மை உண்டாகும். அன்பை பிடித்தோர் என்னை அடைவார். மற்றெல்லோரும் தன்னை அழித்துக் கொண்டு தானாய் மாய்வார். அன்பை பிடித்தோர் ஆராயினும் என் அடியில் வாழ்க்கை அமைந்திடும். அன்பே தர்மம், அன்பே அர்த்தம், அன்பே காமம், அன்பே மோக்ஷம். நல்ல சிந்தையோடு, நல் உணர்வோடு, நேர்மையான காதலோடு, நிறைந்த மன அன்போடு உங்களையும் உங்களை சுற்றியிருப்போரையும் நடத்தத் துவங்குங்கள். சுற்றியிருப்போர் மீது பொழியும் அன்பு உங்கள் மீதே சுகமாய்ப் பொழியும். சுற்றியிருப்போர் மீது ஆக்கும் பயம் உங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் வைத்துக் கொள்ளும் ஏவல் பில்லி சூனியம். உங்களை நீங்களே அழித்துக் கொள்ளாதீர்கள். கைலாய வாசிகளுக்கும் கைலாய விசுவாசிகளுக்கும் கைலாய நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் மீனாட்சியின் கட்டளை இது. பரமேஸ்வரியின் தீர்ப்பு இது. நேர்மையோடு நெஞ்சத்தில் நிறைந்த அன்பையும் காதலையும் உருவாக்கி எல்லோர்க்கும் பகிர்ந்தளியுங்கள். இனிமையான வாழ்வு செய்யுங்கள். இந்த கொடும் பிரபஞ்சத்து பிரளயத்திலிருந்து தப்பித்து நல்வாழ்வு செய்து கொள்ள ஒரே வழி அன்பினால் பலமாக்கப்பட்ட இதயங்கள் மட்டுமே இந்த பிரளயத்திலிருந்து மீண்டு எழும். அன்பு இல்லாது பயத்தால் உங்களை அழித்துக் கொண்டாலும் மற்றவர்கள் மீது பயத்தை கொட்டினாலும் உங்கள் வாழ்வு அழியும். உங்களை நீங்களே அழித்துக் கொள்ளாதீர். உங்களை சுற்றியிருப்போரையும் அழிக்காதீர். அன்பே தவம், அன்பே சிவம், அன்பே ஞானம், அன்பே சக்தி, அன்பே அருள், அன்பே ஆனந்தம், அன்பே சுகம், அன்பே அறம், அன்பே பயன், அன்பே பண்பும். உள்ளதை உள்ளபடி மீனாட்சி உள்ளத்திருந்து எடுத்து உரைக்கின்றேன். சத்திய யுகம் செய்ய நித்திய யுகம் மலர்ந்து நாமே நேரடியாய் வந்திருக்கின்றோம். உங்கள் மீது அன்பைப் பொழிந்து சுற்றி இருப்போர் மீது அன்பை அளிக்கும் உங்கள் எல்லோரையும் அரவணைத்து அழைத்து என் பாதத்தில் அமைத்துக் கொள்வேன் ஆனந்தமாய் கைலாசத்தில். அன்பு இல்லாது கயமையோடு ஆடும் அத்துணை பேரும் அரக்கத்தன்மையோடு உங்களை நீங்களே அழித்துக் கொள்வீர். உங்களை காக்க அம்பிகையும் முனையேன். அச்சம் இலாது அன்போடு வாழ்ந்தால் ஆனந்தத்தொடு மீனாட்சி பதத்தில் கையிலையில் உண்டு வாழ்க்கை. சொல்லும் சத்தியத்தை கேட்டு வாழ்க்கையை சுகமாக்கிக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அச்சம் இல்லாத பேரானந்தமளிப்பேன். சொல்லும் வார்த்தையை துச்சமென நினைத்தால் அச்சத்தில் அழிந்து உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை அழிந்திடும். உங்களை நீங்களே அழித்துக் கொள்ளாதீர். மந்தர்கள் கேளுங்கள் சத்தியத்தை. நெஞ்சமெல்லாம் நேர்மையோடு நிறைந்த அன்பு உங்கள் உயிர் காக்கும் அமிர்தம். அவ்வன்பை உங்களுக்கும் அளித்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்களைச் சுற்றியிருப்போருக்கும் அளியுங்கள். எல்லோர்க்கும் அன்பளிக்க யாமே உங்கள் இதயத்திருப்பேன். தாமே வந்து சொன்னேன் சத்திய ஞானத்தை. ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
Only person centered on his own being, centered on the ultimate consciousness, does not create havoc in the world. Just by being in the presence of an enlightened person, our mind calms down. We become steady. I can say that not only in the world not adversely affected by such persons, the world is blessed by their presence. Once a person realizes that they are one with the divine and all of existence, how can there be any fight? How can there be any drama? There can't be. There is only the experience of intense love and compassion on its own and towards all beings. How can there be any small enjoyments or agitations when someone is continuously experiencing eternal bliss? It is impossible. For the enlightened being, it has all become a divine play, a leela, and he sees that the play exists in him and not that he exists in the play. For most of us, that isn't the case. We live on the periphery of our incomplete personalities and make a mess of things, creating more and more incompletions wherever we go. To most of us, joy is a period between experience of sorrow and unhappiness. It is like a period of quiet
between two battles that we call peace just as impermanent and just and as unreal. Joy and temporal pleasure from sensory experiences invariably lead to sorrow. Joy is the byproduct of fulfillment of an expectation. When the expectation is fulfilled the first time, we feel happy. Most likely, this may not happen the next time around. So instead of joy, sorrow follows. Joy can only be experienced internally if it is to be long lasting. Such joy is more accurately called as bliss. Bliss is eternal, unlike joy, which is transient. Bliss is eternal. It rises when we drop expectation, when we stay centered on our being, when we are in the space of completion, the mood and mode of non attachment. Bliss is eternal, unlike joy. The joy that comes and goes is just a byproduct of our desires. It is powered by our illusion and fantasies. Only when one goes beyond this joy, with its peak and valleys, can one truly reach a blissful state. Both joy and sorrow must be transcended for us to experience bliss. If we close our eyes and try to focus on an object or an event, after a few seconds, we see that we can't continue to focus. No thought or idea can control our inner space externally. Always there is another thought that comes along to replace the previous thought. This is the inner chatter of our mind. This chatter is the constant jumping of our mind between past and future. It is the journey that our mind undertakes between what it has experienced and stored as incomplete memories and the unknown, which is full of expectations and speculations, also based upon the past. This journey is what we call as thoughts. Anxiety builds as our ego realizes that what it desires may not happen. This loss of something that has not even happened, the product of pure speculation, causes intense emotion within us. Anxiety lives and breathes in thoughts about the future. Its source is our ego. Ego creates expectations related to I and mine, identity and possession. Create the fear that what is expected may not happen, may not be achieved. To move out of anxiety, we must move into the present moment of completion. That is the only point at which our inner chatter stops and anxiety disappears. Anger is a positive energy. Expressing anger can be positive, both for the person expressing the anger and the person who is receiving it. This may sound strange, but it is true. Anger is often the product of guilt. We move into defensive position. We feel guilty when we realize we did wrong. But instead of completing with that action, we become angry. In a sense, the anger is also directed at ourselves. The guilt we feel is the result of the internal rage against our own weakness. Guilt is the biggest sin we commit. Whatever we do at a point of time, we do with the knowledge and awareness we possess at that time. Once we have done what we have done, there is nothing within our power to change it. So when we let go of guilt, then we can let go of our suppressed emotions of anger, regret, defensiveness, and the internal fury. People who appear calm on the surface, controlling the anger that they feel without expressing it, are sitting on a time bomb. Either it can explode unexpectedly, causing grave danger to themselves and others, or it can lead to self destruction through cancer. It is perfectly possible. We should learn to direct anger and at issues and take responsibilities for the issue rather than directing anger at people. When anger rises against people, divert it to issues instead of towards a person. The person is only the perceived cause as you see it. Anger breeds anger. It is vicious cycle. If, however, we express anger and express it fully against the incident, event, or issue without personalizing it, we can let go of that anger without harm to others and us. It is possible. You need to practice, that's all. When the emotive memory of the anger is expressed, the memory dissolves and we experience completion with that emotion. Over a period of time, the anger disappears even before it races. Devi Parashakti was telling in the previous video, which we just now saw, express Shivam, express that love so that we all, each one of us, will be able to live our life through this pralaya. This is the only way we can survive through this pralaya. Devi Parashakti was revealing that we have to spread love. This anger is not going to help any one of us. Anger can be used in both the ways, in a negative way and in a positive way. Instead of suppressing the anger, let it go with experiencing completion with that emotion. Over a period of time, the anger will disappear even before it happens, even before it races. That is the beauty of anger. Just let it go and you will be expressing Shivam. Just like how Devi Parashakti was telling that that is the only way the humanity is going to survive from this pralaya. So now we will listen directly again from Devi Parashakti.
Om, Om, Om. ஓமெனும் ஓங்காரத்து உட்பொருளாய் மலர்ந்து உயிர்த்தெழுந்து இறையனார் இடப்பாகத்திருந்து குமரிக்கண்டம் ஆளும் மீனாட்சி மலர்ந்தேன் இங்கு நல்லருள் செய்திடவும் நல்வாக்கு தந்திடவும் ஆனந்தம் ஞானத்தொடு பூரண அன்பு ஏகம் அநேகமாய் ஆகிய இப்புலகிற்கு பரமசிவன் ஞானம் தர வந்தேன் பராசக்தி மீனாட்சி அருளாட்சி அரசாட்சி பொருளாட்சியோடு நன்மாட்சிமையோடு ஆட்சி செய்யும் பராசக்தி மீனாட்சி நான் கருணையே வடிவாய் கண்மலர் நன்மை செய்திட வந்திட்டேன். மாந்த கேளுங்கள் இந்த பெருநன்மை சத்தியத்தை. கேட்டு நீங்கள் வாழ்ந்திட கேடும் பெருந்துக்கமும் உங்களுக்கில்லை. கேட்டிடுங்கள். இவ்வினாடி என்னை கண்டு கொண்டும் கேட்டுக்கொண்டும் இருக்கும் உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் நான் அளிக்கும் தீட்சை. நானே நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் கடந்த உயிர்ப்பாய் உங்கள் எல்லோருக்குள்ளும் இருக்கின்றேன். பரமசிவோஹம் பரமசிவோஹம். பரமசிவோஹம் 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 பரமசிவோஹம். இதை தீட்சையாய் ஏற்று இதே உணர்வோடு அமர்ந்திருங்கள். உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் எல்லா நன்மையும் வரமும் ஞானமும் அருளும் அளிக்கின்றேன். ஓங்காரத்தின் உட்பொருளாய் வேதமொடு ஆகமம் மெய்யாய் வெளிப்பட்டு உபவேங்கள் உபாகமாய் உயர்ந்து நின்று தத்துவங்கள் ஆராய் உண்மையை செப்பி ஜகம் முழுவதும் ஞானம் அளிக்கும் பாரதி பராசக்தி மீனாட்சி நான். ஆய கலைகள் 64 உடலும் மனமும் உயர்வை அடைந்திடும் சக்திகளை உங்களுக்குள் மலர்த்தவே வந்திருக்கின்றேன். அஷ்ட சித்திகளும் அஷ்ட கன்மமும் ஆதி சக்தி பரமேஸ்வரியாய் மலர்ந்து உங்கள் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் ஆனந்தம் அளிக்கின்றேன். அஞ்சாதீர், ஆனந்தத்தோடிருப்பீர். ஓம் 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 ஹ்ரீம் 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 ஓம் ஹ்ரீம். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
Yes. Now we will continue the segment and we will listen what is the current situation all over the world and what is happening. As Swamiji revealed few days before, that the world is going to go to the third phase of corona, which is going to affect all the humanity worldwide. And also, Swamiji revealed how it can be, the world can be saved. From the humanity. From this chaos, how the world can be saved. And also, Devi revealed many secrets how this world can be saved from this pandemic. Not only the India, all over the world, the third phase of corona is going to start. And now in the news, you can hear many types of viruses which they are talking about. There have been new things revealed, which is not going to cause so much of disaster all over the world. Starting from, and also Devi revealed, the disaster is this viruses are going to start from India.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuous.
Here is Australia, Kailasa. How can I be so lucky and have a happy life in Kailasa? It's a long story. My name is Li Qi. My guru is His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Since I was very little, I already wonder what life for. I really want to know the result, the reason. A long time ago, I think if I earn enough money, I will be very happy person, and then life is for happy. I tried to earn money, and then I really rich, but money didn't give me happy. Then I tried to get the happy life in romantic love. Then the really romantic love take me go lots of place. Too many stories during this time. But I still don't feel I get the result, get the life reason. Then I start study from book, from video, from religion in many different ways. And when I study Buddha, that time I really appreciate Buddha gives so much intelligence to me about life. But I don't think study is enough for me. I want to be Buddha. But I don't know how. Who can let me get there? One day I find the video in YouTube, introduce Swamiji in that video. I suddenly, my eyes open wide. I get it. He must be my guru. I can get there. He can let me get what I want to know, and he can take me home, real home. This kind of feeling, then I start study from Nithyananda Sangha. One day, Swamiji Satsang said he need people devote land, home, money to build up Kailasa. Then I discussed with my husband, decide to give the whole farm to Nithyananda. That time, because both of us believe help Swamiji means help whole world. It's a big decision, but we just discussed so short time already. Decide. I really appreciate my husband. Love me so much and believe me, trust Swamiji so much. Soon here will be big temple, Gurukul, Goshena, and library. Introduce this my story to you, just me. Don't give up any chance to be founding father of Kailasa. It's best thing you can do in your life.
welcome you back. Sorry for the small technical glitch we had. We will continue to see what is the current situation in the world. The world today is being affected by COVID. Mentally, physically, physiologically, there are so much of health issues. If you the current status, we are going to see how the current status is affecting the whole world, whole humanity. Globally, you can, as on today, we can see there have been 175, 847 and 347 million cases, confirmed cases of COVID-19. And the death includes 38,07,276 deaths, which has been officially reported by WHO. But unofficially, there are so many cases. In spite of having total vaccination doses so high, which is more than 21 million, but still we have every day death increasing all over. This map, you can see how much there are all over the world, the affected areas. And in this graph, you can see how much every day it has been increasing. And only in India, see how the peak goes high. And only in India, we have 295 lakh people suffering from these cases, confirmed COVID cases identified. So what is spiritual solutions to deal with today's world situation? Swamiji has revealed what can be done to save all of us from this pandemic situation. So here is a rough transcript from what Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed few days before. When you obey me, you think you are my extension. Then I have to think for you. It is my commitment. This is the way I think, function, and manifest. In India, home quarantine is not possible. I am describing why the quarantine in India is failing. First, small homes. People will have mental breakdown sitting inside the homes. How many days you will do that? You are not Nithyananda Paramashivam, who will sit in one room, not bothering about anyone or coming out for years, not just weeks or months. You will feel like going for a walk. Second, even for survival like food, groceries, medicines, you have to be interacting with others. We have become like small unit families with maximum 5 people living together. Someone has to get milk, food, clothes, groceries, medicines, and that person is constantly in touch with people who are walking with corona. The corona energy fields are there everywhere. Once they come in touch with them, and he comes back home, naturally he is going to infect all the 5. I am sincere in my compassion in protecting you all. So I am sending this personal message to all of you. Now, take this as my personal message. Now, I am telling each of Kailasa Vasis, Brahmacharis, Brahmacharinis, Swamis, Swaminis, Gurukul Palasans, Souvenir Order of Kailasa. If you are in India and you want to protect your immediate family or extended family, anyone who will listen to you, get them immediately to our campuses. This multi-level quarantine is being provided in Adi Kailasa, Salem, Tiruvannamalai, Arunachala Adinam, Rajapalayam Adinam, Puduvai Adinam, Pattanam, Srirangapadi, Hyderabad, Madurai, Avatipalayam, which is in Erode, Osur, where the banyan tree is there, and Baroda Adinam. All these properties we have, I am opening for preventive and protective quarantine. We will provide everything to save the lives of these people. Just be alive this year. That is the profit. Swamiji is opening all these Kailashas in India and Malaysia to provide COVID protective and preventive quarantine. And it is free for all. You should quarantine yourself, build your body. Don't bother about your business or any other profit or anything else this year. If you are alive, this is the greatest profit. So you can apply free of cost and register and move to our Kailashas. You can email contact@kailasa.org. And this is the time where you have to take a decision and move on to the live in Kailashas, where free food, free shelter, and free medical care is taken care. Now, we will listen from Swamiji himself how the preventive care is going to work in Adi Kailasa.
How I protected my mother, I feel same way responsible for all of your parents. And family members. If you are in India, get them to any one of our campus. In multi-layer quarantine, we will protect. Second, all the Sarvanyapeta Yajamans Kartas, SJPs, Kartas and SJP Yajamans, all of you please listen. If you have parents, family, extended family in India who will listen to you, please get them to any one of our campus. They may have money, but they will not be able to protect themselves. I am telling you. Don't think, oh, high elite society, and they are living in a very large property. We have a lot of money. They can be protected. No. Nobody follows law in India. Nobody follows the quarantine rules in India. My ashrams are literally run by me like autocratic. During the crisis, you need to be under a compassionate, autocratic leader to be protected. Understand, in my campus, no one will open the door, open the gate, even by mistake, they will not allow corona inside. But where your family and parents may be living, that kind of a strict protection may not be available, and they themselves will not be protecting themselves. There will be a lot of blind spots. So the second instruction I am giving, all the SJP Yajamans, SJP, immediately get them to our campus. I will make sure they are not only accommodated, protected comfortably with the best care. Especially the properties like a Salem and Bidadi and all, we have a best infrastructure. This is second instruction. Please, all the SJP Yajamans, Kartas, manifestors, note this as my personal instruction to you. Because I don't want to miss how I missed giving instruction to Jnanatma. I don't want to do this blind spot mistake now again. Then next, all the devotees, disciples, whoever listens to me, whom I don't need to convince. If I just give instruction, they will listen to me. All that kind of devotees, disciples, now itself, please listen. This is a personal message I am giving it to you all. Devi has very clearly revealed to me, Prattasi month. Prattasi is something like a September, October in English calendar. Prattasi month, there is going to be a third wave. Worst third wave. And listen, I saw in the vision, I am putting it on record, dead bodies quickly floating on Ganga. Not just Ganga river alone. There are 4 rivers coming from Kailasa. Ganga, Yamuna, Corona negative certificate. Any day you want, you can come back. Only with the Corona negative certificate. And we will do the quarantine and accept you back. You can be there as many days as possible. It is a pure compassion service I am providing. And Gauri Bharatananda is asking, folks who had Corona in the past and now Corona negative, is it okay for them to come? Yes. If you are Corona negative now, that is enough. You are free to come, please come and stay. Actually, if you already had Corona, don't miss, simply come, because your body won't be able to handle second Corona. Second attack of Corona, your body won't be able to handle. Better come and quarantine yourself. You don't take chance. That's one. And I am also seeing a question from Prabhakaran. Prabhakaran NS. He says, can we come to ashram and continue work from home there for office? Or we should quit the office even if it is work from home? Prabhakaran, please be very clear. You are free to do work from home. I am not calling you to work for me. I am not interested in asking you to work for me. I am interested in protecting your life. Understand? I am only interested in keeping you alive. Anyone who is working from home for your office, you can continue to do the same inside the campus, inside our ashram. Only thing, you cannot go out. If you go out, you need to have corona negative certificate to come in. That's all I am saying. And it's absolutely compassionate, pure love service. And Adinavasis are separate, their lifestyle routine is separate, and these people who came for corona quarantine, their life is separate. I expect you not to break the moral fabric, spiritual fabric of the ashram. That I expect from you. But I am not expecting you to work for the ashram and not to work for your office. No. You can continue your work for your office, for your life. As long as you don't need to go out, you can work from your office.
Closing eyes and crying. So we heard from Swamiji how the multi-level quarantine is going to help us from saving ourselves. And this Swamiji also revealed that coming October, November, September, the corona phase will have a third phase, and which will be affecting more and more lives. So this is a time where you can take decision and move to one of our Kailashas and stay there safely with multi-level quarantine. With this, I invite you all to join our next segment at 2 a.m. Indian Standard Time and join the preparations and get the blessings at 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time, Devi's blessings. So and also take this opportunity to invite all of your friends and let them know the multi-level quarantine happening in Adi Kailasha, and it is free of cost and they all can avail this facility. So they all can contact us at contact@kailasha.org and we will be able to reach out to you and help you out in all your queries. Take this opportunity to thank one and all and would like to end this segment. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Dashat Bhavasti Nithyananda Paramashivam Paramastu Om Nithyanandam.